scrappy friends. Shannon Dombkowski here with your featured video for this week for Citrus Twist Kits. This week I am doing a life crafted spread, and instead of doing a background page or any pockets with photos, I made my photo my background, and then I split it right down the middle here, and I'm going to embellish it and show you how to do some hidden journaling. So this is one of the printable tags from this month, and I went ahead and typed out my journaling on it and printed it out, and this will be the pocket, and I'll show you how we'll use that in the back. I won't really be using paper since I have my background right here. So I have some printed embellishments from the cut aparts this month. I also have the embellishments and alphas that came with the kit this month. I have the embellishments and alphas that came with the scrapbooking add-on this month. And I have the extra stamp set, the Traveler's Notebook stamp set, and the stamp set that came in the kit this month. So I likely won't use all of these, but I have my options available so I can do some embellishing on my spread here. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is place my hidden journaling card, because everything else will need to go around that. So that white piece behind it is the pocket that will go behind the page that the card will slip in and out of. And then I'm going to cut a line in my page that's slightly bigger than the tag that I did my journaling on. So I measured it out, kept the ruler right there, slid everything out from under it, and then just using my X-Acto along the ruler to cut a nice straight line. Now I'm going to test it out, and it works perfectly. Love when that happens on the first time. So I had already pre-cut this card, and I have, I guess it's kind of a generic version of red line tape on the back of it, so it's real sticky, and I'm going to place it. So the card actually goes above the slit in the back. That way I make sure that my journaling card actually goes into the pocket and doesn't go, say, behind the pocket if that pocket in the back had gone lower than the journaling tag. So I just punched a hole in my tag and stuck it in there, and now I am ready to embellish. Like I mentioned, I'm not using pattern paper on this layout because I already have a background and I don't really want to detract from that. So I'm just going to embellish it with some things from the June Life Crafted kit and the June scrapbooking add-on. Now, after I had put my tag in there, I realized that it looked kind of funny sticking out of the middle of the road. So I'm choosing to do my embellishments down the side below the tag. And I'm hoping that will call some attention to the tag so that people will know that it needs to be pulled out. So the first one I'm going to do is this label here that was from the printable sheet, along with a stamp, and I believe that stamp is actually part of the one that came with the Life Crafted kit. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment on there. I always do a practice stamp first, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment. And then I will build a line of other embellishments down the side of the page underneath it. So when I'm going through right now, I will take my self-healing cutting mat off now that I'm not going to be doing any more X-Acto knife cutting, and then I can go ahead and get to design. So I'm looking through a few of the printables that I printed out and had already cut. And now I'm going to put together my line here. And this took an embarrassingly long time. I got a lot of it out for ease of viewing, but I really wanted a little bit of variation with the length of the embellishments that I was lining up there. But unfortunately, it seemed like they were all pretty standard sizes. So I just kind of had to give in and go with it. So that label from the top is from the printables sheet. That ticket that I have there is from the tags printables that came with the that was for purchase in June to go with the Life Crafted kit. And then I am using a label from the scrapbooking add-on, and that is a Pink Fresh Studios Simple Stories, or not Simple Stories, maybe Simple Stories. That is one of their tags. And then I'm using a puffy sticker to fill in that noted spot. And it's a little bit golden and matches the ticket really well. And I didn't like that empty spot at the bottom, so I'm going to use one of these phrase stickers at the bottom to kind of fill that in and make it touch the bottom of the page. Now, that ticket has a little square in the middle of it, and I can't just leave a white square blank. So I pulled in the purple with that star there, and then I'll add a little heart for a touch there. Now, as you can see, that calls attention to my tag. Now I am using the alphas that came in the ephemera kit, in the June ephemera kit, to spell out craving. I'm using my ruler to make sure everything is straight because I don't want it looking all crooked. Sometimes that's the look I'm going for, but here it is not. And I love the doodled look to these letters, and I've been waiting for an opportunity to use them on a page, and I'm glad I found a good use for them. And this little flag that I'm using was from the printables sheet in June as well. I'm just going to cut off the little tip there. Now I need to add a little something to the bottom there. I am actually going to first take care of something that was bothering me and add one more little embellishment to the side there. I really like embellishment clusters in odd numbers, and that was even, so I had to fix that. Now I'm going to use the Pink Fresh Studio multicolored tiny alphas, and these are so much fun to add a bunch of color to your page. I like to alternate my colors, and I'm adding, I don't know, a title, a subtitle, a phrase. I'm not really sure what's going on down here, but I'm adding stamps, and so I'm going to stamp the first half of it, and then I had added those alphas. Now I'm doing a practice stamp, and I find that with bigger stamps, they don't always pick up all the ink on the first try, so I try to do 2 practice stamps to make sure I'm really getting it inked really well, especially when I'm stamping on the background that I've already built stuff up on. I don't want to have to redo that. So for the final here, I wanted something between that word yes and the edge of the page, and I couldn't go with that embellishment because it had words on it and it kind of messed up my sentiment there. So I'm going through the ephemera, and I am pulling out a couple tiny hearts in colors that match the letters that I have in To Fun, and I'm going to arrange them kind of like a spray of water, I guess, which matches my daughter playing in the sprinkler here, and it just adds a little bit more color, draws the eyes to that sentiment, and it just pulls in the color that I had used on the rest of the page. And just like that, my page is complete and ready to be put in my Life Crafted album.